What's up, guys? It's Scion, and I am back, and we're going to actually take on a few things today. And the very first thing that we're going to talk about is the 5 skills, or the 5 classes and the 5 skills that they have towards level 80. You pretty much get them around level 80 and level 85, and they're pretty much strong skills and passives, and you kind of don't know what they are when you look at them, but I'm going to tell you lore-wise which each of the 5 classes, what it actually is. So the very first one we're going to go into is the fireman. Now, looking at fireman, you kind of see that he kind of looks like, Naruto a little bit. Let me move away from here. He kind of looks like Naruto a little bit with a cross of Sasuke, and it's a little bit weird. It actually is a lot weird when you look at it from a lore standpoint. Let me do this. Okay, she's over here. Let's click right here. South Konohara. And what his actual passive is, if you didn't know, is the Sharingan. Now, I don't know why they don't actually show it, but what each of the 4 passives are is pretty much a lot of the Uchiha attacks, like from the Fire Swirl, which the Fire Swirl is basically the fire release big flame bullet. And that's what that would, if you see me fighting people in China when they do that and they have a chance to, proc ignite on people, that's what that is. So that's one skill already right there from the Uchiha, which is high level. The 4th passive, which is the first one, the first passive is when the main's on field, the current team ninjutsu is 15%, and when the main is attacked, the taijutsu attack, you gain 10% of life and the damage you take. That's if you look up what the Sharingan's traits and active abilities were when people were attacked and stuff like that, that's pretty much right along the line of that. And the second, which is the 4th passive, which is the second one on the bottom, is when the fireman's mystery kills an enemy. It clears the mystery cooldown and increases the damage done by the summons, done to summons clones tail beast by 50%. And now notice what I said there: the summons, clones, and tail beasts by 50%. What the Sharingan actually historically does is screw over the tail beast, screw over clones, and screw over summons. So pretty much from a lore standpoint right there, Fireman, once they get to a max level, pretty much has the Sharingan, but they just don't say it. And like the other mains are kind of just like that. They have different things. It's not really said exactly what it is, but it's the exact same thing. That if you look at the other people in the game, like Itachi and Sasuke and Madara, they have those passives too. So you just kind of, from a lore wise, like, okay, this is what Fireman does. That's their Kekkei Genkai at that point. Now, each of the 5 people all have a Kekkei Genkai of some kind, or a strong, high-level ninjutsu, and it's actually really cool once you sit down and you think about it. So the next one up is Water Main. Now, Water Main is pretty much, you guys are going to love this. The Water Main is the ninja art creation rebirth, strength of 100 techniques, which is pretty much what the first Hokage had and Tsunade inherited from. So pretty much the first passive, which is the 4th passive on the 4th slot, is every time a unit dies, you recover 1.5 chakra and gain 12% attack. Activated at the most 3 times per round, and also gives you Sage Mode. Well, it says or implies, but it's not really Sage Mode. It's just a mode. Well, actually, no. Technically, it kind of looks like that when Tsunade does that. I know it's definitely Sage Mode when the first does it, but Tsunade's looks is just a little tad bit different. She's a little bit freaky with it, but that's still cool nonetheless. Like if it's a Water Sage Mode, hey, I'm not arguing. That's good. The 4th passive, which is the 5th one on the bottom, is every time you attack, you recover 3% health and gain 1% critical attack rate. Now, you see my Sailor Sakura, she's similar to that. She gets damage, but not a critical hit rate, so that's pretty good for Water Main. And, Water Mains out there, you got something nice with you. You got a little Sage Mode going on, so that's pretty hot. Wind Main, you guys should already know, before I even say that, what Wind Main's massive thing is. And pretty much Wind Main gets Sage Mode. Pretty much everything that Naruto has, Wind Main has. So let's just talk about it real quick. Which is the 4th slot on the bottom, 4th down. The 4th passive, first passive, which is when you gain chakra, you gain 10% life, which is crazy. Which is almost exactly what Sage Mode does if you look up the lore behind it. like the chakra and the life and the nature energy. It's the same damn thing. And the fourth passive, which is the fifth down, is when you activate the chase. You gain 15%. I'm saying percent. You gain 15 chakra points and raise 15% in ninjutsu, which is similar. It's actually a little bit stronger than Naruto Sage Mode. Actually, that's exponentially a little bit strong, like exponentially stronger, because it pretty much does that every time you get a chase. So she ramps up and she can do that, that Rasengan chase you see me do. She can do that like 5-6 times and around, so she can get particularly strong. If you notice, like a little bit when I fight with her, she's a little bit weak overall, but over the course of time she gets stronger and stronger and stronger. That's the reason why over that like eventually when you do like a Rasengan with her, she just starts to smash people eventually. So yeah, that's what's going on right there. She's like a ball rolling down the hill, picking up more and more steam. All right, so Lightning Mane is a little bit interesting. Actually, a lot interesting. I guess they decided that they was going to make him cheese even more than what he already is. Now, Lightning Mane is a Kenjutsu master, and he can actually open up the Gate of Healing. Now, the very first attack on the fourth side, which you guys probably didn't pay attention to, it actually gives you chakra and it gives you life back. When he, if you notice that it looks like he's doing a dab, which just annoys the all fuck out of me, but that's exactly the way it looks. Like he's like dabbing with his damn sword, and that right there is him opening up the Gate of Healing, which is the second gate. And a Kenjutsu master is basically a sword master. So I'm actually going to go into these passives with you, and so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. His fourth passive, which is the fourth down, first one, is gain 2% taijutsu damage for every extra chakra point you have after 20. So pretty much like at 20 you get like 20%, but by the time you get to 100 chakra you get 160 on the damage, which that's pretty damn strong. Like it's pretty strong. I didn't know how those lightning guys was getting damn near like 500k damage, but that's pretty much one of the reasons why. And the other side of that is the fourth passive, which is for every dead enemy, increasing ninjutsu by 20%. So as you kill people against as a lightning man, as they kill people, they get stronger and stronger, where they get to the point where they just straight up a cheese ball and are going to kick your ass. That's pretty much how it rolls when it comes to lightning man. I never knew initially where that extra power was coming from. I thought they were just geared out. That's not gear, that's their passives. Now you put that together with somebody like Hashirama and then maybe Minato, like you look, if a lightning man could do overall damage by himself, this is just by himself, let's say he puts out 160% on a boost, and then he can come out with another maybe 240, that's 240%. Basically, if there's only one or two people left on the other side. Now, I don't know if that's additive if they're in ranked battle. It might be, because if they're in ranked battle, that's the damn reason why everybody uses Lightning Mane in ranked battle, because the more people dead on that side, that shit gets higher and higher. That's why you start seeing, if I see somebody do 1 million damage, I'm just gonna quit the game. But if you have Lightning Mane basically by himself able to do 240% extra damage, and then you throw in Hashirama, then you throw in Minato, then you throw in Guy, then you throw in somebody like Tenten on top of all that, good, like, what are you gonna do? If a lightning man hits you with a Chidori blade at that point, you're assed out, you're dead. There's nothing you could do. There's no defense that's going to help you from that. There's nothing that's going to help you from that. So it's part of the reason why you see so many in those blitz teams. And I used to wonder why my mains couldn't handle those hits, because I got damage resistance. Why can't I take that damn hit? That's the damn reason why I can't take that hit. That's too much. There's no way you can. Damage resistance only goes by a certain percentage. You can't fight 240%. Like, they're going to kill you basically. So that's the secret solve right there, why so many people use Lightning Mane at end game. Earth Mane is pretty cool too. Earth Mane, if you guys didn't know, is the Earth Mane can open up 6 gates, and they have Guy's overall youthful passive, which it's said that Guy, when he cheers and gives his little thumbs up and everything else like that, he inspires people around him. Earth Mane has that pretty much too. The first passive, fourth one down, is if you have a shield on your main character, his standard is replaced by attack that causes earth and water damage, causes low float and immobile, activated once per turn. This attack pretty much is him opening up primary Lotus. And the fourth passive, fifth down, is as long as the character is alive, increase the combo rate by 40% and increase the attack by all ninjas by 20% for every male in your team. Now, let's talk about this one, which might be the other reason why people are picking Earth main to cheese a little bit at in-game in China. Let's say you have a full team, and this actually counts. A full team of male ninja on your ranked battle side. That's 12 ninja times 20%. Can you imagine? That's 240%, which is the exact same thing that Lightning main has. But in one passive. Not like there's nothing, it's one passive. Let's say you pull out a full male team. That's a bit of a sausage party. That kind of sucks for the females, but can you imagine? That's 240 right there. Then you have the increased combo rate on top of that of the Earth main, which means it's easier for him to be the initiator in the first slot because he already has that increased combo rate of 40%. So you don't have to necessarily put that much of gear on him, and he's going to come out there and be that initiator first round and start a combo. That's some cheese. Then on top of that, you have the fact that he can be fucking tanky. On top of that, all of that's cheese right there. Like, what do you do? At that point, Earth main's broke as much as Lightning main is broke. When you put that together towards the other three, even though they have pretty cool Kekkei Genkais, that's broken. That's straight up broken. There's no way. Wind main is awesome, but Wind main needs time to get to that point. And you may not get that time in the first round if you got Lightning and Earth beating the fuck out of you in the first round. That's just not gonna happen. The same thing goes with Water main. Water main is more of a defensive thing. However, Water main, if you have 3 healers to go along with that stage mode with Water main, you can't kill her. You have to go balls to the wall DPS and have Lightning main with full gear, which is what happened to Water main in China. It took a full blitz team to blast through that 3 healer team, and Fire main just has no shot. I'm sorry, there's nothing Fire main can do with any of that. They need to buff that. It's cool. It's cool to have all of that, but that's a passive thing that kind of screws a whole ranked team on the other side. So you can have like a Fire main, an Earth main, and a Lightning main, but Fire main solo, they can't stand up to. Fire main is a good fight with Wind, but I think Wind would win in the end because of that, because if it's a long fight, Wind is just going to get continuously stronger. But Fire main cannot fight Lightning and Earth. Maybe it's a little bit different with power, if the person is extremely powerful, but I can't see where that's going to happen. And I hope you guys enjoyed all that. This is just basically just what the stuff translated to. So just to think about that in the future. You see a lot of people using Fire main right now, but that's just the end thing, because either people don't know how to fight Fire main and don't have proper ninja to fight Fire main, or it's just that it's a little bit easier right now because you can overpower. But that's about it. That's all I got for you in this video. I hope you guys understand it. On the bottom left is going to be more Naruto Online videos. The bottom right is going to be the MMO show. The top right, Lady Legacy, of course. The top left is going to be a random video. Of course, go to the bottom right there, hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. Thank you, and I will catch you next video.